Warning. Warning. Main bay doors opening. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. The stream will begin shortly.
Oh, I don't have my background lit up. I better do that. I'm gonna have to do that. Be right back. Mech bays of Mechmas. What are the mech bays of Mechmas? Don't need a Predator booster pack, probably. We'll dismiss that. Let's go out in my Enforcer again. Hey, Mitch. Good evening. Just starting. As you probably know, you probably got an invite. I mean, a notification. Oh. I was looking at, did I mention, I think I mentioned that my studio monitors are going bad, right? So I've been looking at studio monitors all day. I ordered a Christmas gift for Jessica for her hunt extravaganza. I probably should have gone for a different map there. Don't tell her this, and she might know. I think she kind of knows because we were talking about different options. I got her some Biodynamic 770 Pro headphones, headset. Headphones. I just call them cans. Which is what the dev team for Hunt. No, I think she knows. Just don't bring it up, or just act like, oh, well, that's interesting, or something like that. Because I was talking to her about, she sent me a link. That was one of the things on her Christmas list, was to get a new set of, like a streaming headset. And she wanted a one with a boom mic. It was the HyperX Cloud Perseverance or something like that. I don't know. And I just have a hard time believing those are going to be that accurate as far as sound. And since the surround sound that Hunt tries to employ is not true surround, it's a synthesized surround sound, then I think that probably for her a good set of headphones that she can use for, mixing and music making as well as gaming would be a better thing. And it's what they use themselves to test and play the game on, so I'm sure it's optimized to sound great on those, and they're a great set of cans. So, and she's got a nice condenser mic anyway on a boom, right? So she doesn't really need a little whip mic on her headset. So I ordered them. They were the same price as the ones she was looking at, which had a detachable little boom, but mic. But I'm like, the Logitech 930 that I have actually sounds decent by the time you tweak the EQ a little bit. And it has a decent sounding mic, but the batteries don't last, and there's like disconnect issues with it and stuff sometimes. So I just tend not to use it, and I sound better on this, and I can use compression on this, and there wasn't any good compression tools available on the other. So plus I don't have enough horsepower really to run a compressor on my computer comm channels in addition to the game and the streaming software. If I had a faster, beefier computer, then I could do that. I actually have kind of a cool all-in-one compressor that'll do a lot of that stuff, which is supposed to work now with XSplit, but it doesn't. It just crashes things. So there's that. They finally added VST plugin support in XSplit Broadcaster, and the very first plugin I try with it doesn't work. Haha. I think I even sent them a hello, is this supposed to be a non-working feature? Oops, that's too slow. There we go.
Target spotted.
Come on up here, buddy.
Target acquired.
Target spotted.
No, gaming and McFish, come on over. Gaming and
Spotted.
real headphones are not always interchangeable. That was my whole thing, is I didn't want to spend quite a bit of money on a gaming headset that sounded pretty terrible and was super hyped and she couldn't mix on. And these are probably not as good as another pair I could have got her that was specifically a little more balanced. This has a little bit of beef on the bottom end that isn't really accurate, but they do sound good and they have better isolation. So, and they'll be more comfortable, I think, for her ears and stuff too. So I think she'll like them more. And she can use them for both. That grasshopper's got to be not happy.
Incoming
Target
missile.
spotted.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile.
Get LRMs back in Hotel 5.
Warning,
How's he hitting me there?
missile.
Whoa. Guess I just need to be moving away, getting out of there. Let's come over here and see what kind of trouble we can get into. I'm sure quite a bit. So anyway, I'll tell you how they sound when they get here. I mean, well, it'll be after Christmas because I'm not going to open them up for her. Tempting though it is.
Really glad I pushed up with you guys. This was a good plan.
Heat level critical. Target destroyed.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Target spotted. We're experiencing some losses. Don't get sloppy out there.
Heat level critical.
25% of the enemies are eliminated. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Warning, incoming missile. Warning, incoming missile.
My snow definitely does slow down my frame rate a little bit. That's the other thing. I'd have to ditch my snow completely.
Target spotted.
You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Howdy.
Could you hear me?
Not before, huh?
Oh, I've been in here for like 3 minutes. That explains why you weren't responding to me.
No, I was just ditching you. No, I didn't hear you at all.
Weird. But yeah, I was just saying, like, I'm assuming you're not going to keep it for like all winter. The snow.
Her headphones?
The snow.
Oh, the
effect.
snow? No.
Yeah, I figured just for a couple weeks or something.
Yeah. Yep, till probably after Christmas, I imagine. Maybe over New Year's.
But I was also saying, like, yeah, it'd definitely be pretty inconsiderate to open up a gift like that.
I know, right?
But
It seems
though,
like
if
that's
you
what I
ever-
should do to make sure it's worth it.
Well, but if you ever get like a game console, it actually is pretty smart to do that. Apply all the updates before it before you plug it in Christmas Day,
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
instead of, oh yeah, you know, you get someone this
Acquired.
cool thing that they want to use relatively soon, and then they're stuck doing, you know, 4 hours of updates.
This guy's gonna get hit in the back if he's not careful.
Target acquired. Warning, incoming missile.
Oops.
Artillery strike.
Number
online.
5-5.
Let them suffer the experience. It's part of life. Yeah.
I'm gonna move again. Yet again. What do we got over here? Where's he going for? Oh, there.
We've lost half our force. We can't lose any more soldiers.
They're up by 1. Alright, I need to go back somebody up.
Artillery strike online.
Let's go push these guys over on the left side over at Hotel 7-6 and help out.
Enemies are half depleted. Keep pushing.
Did he get him? Did you get that guy? Nice.
Yeah, that's what I was saying, Thundercats. And get it all updated beforehand.
Right, make sure it runs all the games that I want it to run.
Yeah.
Where is another bad guy?
Do you guys do Santa?
Kinda.
We've almost got them all.
Critical
Clean up the
damage.
survivors.
Right leg critical damage. Fuel at 25%. Fuel at
Dang.
0%. Heat
Carving it
level
up.
critical.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Arm destroyed. Center torso critical damage. Heat sink destroyed. Fuel at 0%. Heat level.
There we go.
Command to ground forces.
Great work, guys. Thanks for the drop.
Good job.
Let Santa do it. Let Santa do it. Well, I think, did I get a kill? Oh, I got 2 kills and 666 damage. That's evil.
And also not the real number.
Oh, details. It's a real number. Don't give me that.
Well, it's a real number. It's not that number, though.
No, but that's a good number for everybody thinks that's the number.
Yeah.
Nice. Let's see.
It's one of those, well, actually moments.
Yeah, what is the actual number? I've been so long since I've...
616.
Why 616?
That is beyond me.
Oh.
No.
Well, so here's how that works. I can tell you how it works. In the Greek and in the Hebrew languages, they don't have numbers. They have letters. So letters get assigned a numeric value, and so you can use that to spell out a number. Greek later had numbers, but initially it didn't. And so you could spell out a number by using letters, right? And you just knew it was a number by context. And that also meant, though, that in Hebrew, if you weren't counting, you could look at any word in the Hebrew vocabulary and it would have a numeric sequence that was the equivalent of its letter, right? And a numeric value that had a total of what that letter combination is, right? Same thing for the Greek. So that's why I think Yahweh is 777 is how that comes about as being one of God's perfect numbers. And there's been people who have taken that a lot further and said, well, in some places you can see poetic use of numbers by their arrangement within a phrase where certain words are used with certain values where they could have maybe used other words in order to make a numerical poem per se. Or other people will go a little further and say, well, really deep down there's secret code in the Hebrew language. And if you know the numerical values, you can start to see these codes, right? There was a whole book written, gosh, in the probably late 70s about that. The Bible Code, I think is what it's called. I don't know if there's any truth to any of the once I got to the book, it's probably very, very unsubstantial, and when you sift through enough combinations enough times, you'll get something, right? And the way they did it was to say, well, it wasn't necessarily like all the words in a row, it was a cluster of words. So if you looked at them lined out on a page with like 50 characters per line as a data set, then some of these words would show up and they would show some pretty wild things, like here's like the mark of the beast and President Reagan or something. Right? God. So they'd find all these things. It's like, no, I'm not really going to buy this. It's pretty dumb.
Yeah,
but there is some reality to the idea that these letters have numerical values, and those do create sequences or values for the words themselves.
Yeah, and the Bible's a book obviously littered with meaning, but that might be reading a little bit deeply.
It seemed a little too far-fetched, yeah. But if you like conspiracies, it's a great one to start with, right? Like, woohoo!
Yeah.
McFish, I sent you a invite.
Also, you can just interrupt.
Thundercats, are you gonna come drop with me? What's that?
You can just interrupt when he's talking to me. I'm not playing, so like.
Oh, I know. I'm just.
Feel free to use the comms for what it really is for.
Yeah. Thundercats, are you in game? There you are. Invite sent.
I usually try to avoid coming in here when there's people playing, but I was here first this time.
It's fine to hang out in here. Let's suffer. McFish isn't making it over though. Is Santa really 666? No, I don't think so.
He hit a wrong button. He needs another invite.
Oh wow, I thought you were a pro, McFish. I'm bad with buttons, like firing buttons and cool shot buttons. Makes me wonder about Santa. How big is your monitor, McFish? Like, how big a screen are you playing at? You're playing at 4K on a 17 inch or it's 55, whatever.
55.
Whatever. Whiner.
There is something to playing on a smaller screen.
Well, I can't really give him too hard a time because mine's a 38 inch ultra wide, so it's not as tall, but it's probably pretty close to the same width, right? Send me half of that to upgrade my own. Yeah, mine's 38 inches, so it's clear out. It's not 90 degrees field of view, but it's probably a 50 degree field of view. Taking, like, at this distance, I'm at arm's length, slightly more than arm's length away from my screen, and it fills up my whole vision, basically, but not real high. Miss BNR, you could play on a laptop right now because I have a slot open if you'd like to join us. Is it like a 15 inch or a 17 inch laptop? Oh my gosh.
It's very, very small.
It's very, very small. I have a projector screen downstairs I got years ago, and it's like a 10-foot diagonal projector screen. Instead of getting a large screen TV that was really expensive when I got this, they were like $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 for, a 70 inch or a 65 inch. I thought, for a quarter or less, it was less than a quarter it was like $1,000, and then I think $400 for the projector. For the screen. I had a 10-foot movie theater, so that's what I did.
Yeah, I'm glad you did.
It's pretty nice, isn't it?
It is.
It's really easy to get used to and then never want to go to a movie theater again.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far.
Because you can stop. No, you don't have to go far at all. You just turn it on. That's right.
Well,
you'd have to come this way instead of go that way.
The convenience is definitely nice, but man, I saw Dune in theaters.
It looked pretty good in my family room, telling you that.
It wasn't the looks that are the issue there. The sound.
I have nice sound. I don't have surround, but I have really nice ADS speakers. It sounds good.
I saw it in IMAX, full surround, Dolby Atmos surround, and it rattles the building.
Yeah, yeah. I just stomp on the floor when I get to those parts, just to make up for the missing sub.
That was a pretty good experience.
I keep a sledgehammer next to the chair and I just raise it up and down. Doom, 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 doom. It's 6 cycles per second.
Miss BNR, when I have been over there, I have not had greasy popcorn.
We do have the microwave poppable Costco popcorn if you want greasy popcorn. It's not like the movie theater stuff that they just, drench in petroleum byproduct distillates.
My favorite popcorn is still the popcorn I made at Skate World with the flavor salt called Flavicol.
Flavicol.
Yeah, chemicals, but it was so good.
What is Flavicol?
At its core, it's basically butter salt. But
it's not. Is it margarine or is it real butter?
Oh, I'm sure it's margarine.
I don't like margarine.
I don't know.
At all.
I don't like margarine usually, but
it's bad for you too.
On the popcorn, it was great. I doubt I could actually pronounce most of the ingredients.
McFish just sent us. Yes, delicious petroleum byproduct, which is what that's largely what American diets consist of, I think. Wait, they have a whole container of Flavicol. It's like a real product.
Oh yeah.
It's seasoning salt, so it's what you put on it. Okay.
It was in that's exactly it. It's in that carton, and we would put it in a shaker, and they haven't changed their branding since the 50s. It looks like.
And this is what they use in movie theaters.
This is what we use at Skate World,
which is probably similar. Is Skate World still around, or did they? I know Church was buying it.
Grace Church now, or Joy Church. Sorry, not Grace.
Oh yeah, Joy Church. Okay, they bought it. Did they remodel it, or are they just doing church service on the big skate rink?
No, they've remodeled.
Wouldn't that be great? I'll skate.
They put big old doors in the the main wall and
Hey, 5
took
Day.
out what used to be our storeroom. I need to go and see what they did to the place at some point.
Yeah. Clearly haven't changed their packaging. Margarine is heart disease in a convenient stick form. Oh, it totally is. And I remember my parents, you know, they got on this health food kick, so they stopped using butter and they started using margarine because that was, that's better for your heart. And it's like, and then, you know, a few years later, it's like, well, that's the worst thing you can put in your body, right? And they kept using it for another 5 or 10 years after it was known to be really far worse than butter.
Oh, my grandpa still uses it.
Oh, it's so terrible.
Every time I have dinner over there that uses butter, I forget, and then he pulls it out, and I'm like,
It's so bad. No, the company is no longer there, Thundercats. They were a roller skating rink, and they just weren't doing that well. Roller skating's kind of a dying thing
yeah.
in America.
It was all right. We were marginally profitable, but the original owner died. His kids didn't really want to deal with it. And
Did
so
they feel
sold
like it was just a dead end, you know, continuous circle of life?
I mean, basically, the
all they can do is go round and round
as like a community service. And like I said, like it was marginally profitable, but not very.
That little light was going to pop up here, and I was going to shoot him, but he's not popping up.
They're defending E pretty
When the
hard.
new owners bought it, they made a bunch of questionable choices, and it closed down.
Oh.
I called it. I knew it would be closed within 2 years once they started coming in and just making sweeping changes.
Yeah.
They'd also run 2 previous skate rinks into the ground, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I feel like
I did my research on them. And
as skate rinks go, it wasn't that bad of a place, though, right?
No, it wasn't. And now that it's closed, and well, a problem too, though, is that the original owners kind of shot themselves / us in the foot when they announced that, hey, we're selling it. We're gonna be open till July 31st for sure, but we don't know, like, it's up in the air after that.
Yeah.
Everyone just sees, oh, July 31st, and they assumed we were closed after that.
Wow.
And we were open for another like year and a half. But business was never
Gosh,
closed.
I'm not being much use here. There we go.
Oh boy. 5 Day and Miss Bean are about to get in a fight, I guess.
Oh, what are they going after now?
NASCAR.
Who gets to ban me first?
And 5 Day, there are still skating rinks around. There aren't any like in town. The nearest one is a couple hours away. But it's definitely not quite as convenient. Speaking of which, I need to try and get Jessica and Nathan to come with me skating sometime.
So where would you go? Where is it? Salem?
Oak Park, Portland.
Oak Park? Okay. Wow, that's a long ways up to go skating.
Yeah. I'm trying to get them to go with me to a concert in March. That would be a good time to go. Bundle it in.
Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike activated.
I just put an arty on this Marauder. He's not going to be happy.
Target destroyed.
No, that's a Marauder that I'm shooting. Is that Drax?
Hey,
Uh-oh.
Drax.
Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
This thing always fools me because I'm not looking. Shoots from its left side.
Heat
Ah,
level
shoot.
critical.
Spotted. We've already gained a quarter of the resources. Keep it up. We have gained Epsilon.
Right
There's the
torso
shutdown for death right there.
Target
Center
spotted.
torso critical damage.
This thing's pretty tanky, actually.
Beta is ours.
Darn it, I thought he was jumping.
I mean, I think you've won at the match, though. Thundercats in the match.
Heat level critical.
Yeah, I guess we have. I just wanted to stay alive for it, you know? Yeah, this thing's too hot now. I need
It's
to
ambitious.
back off. Back off!
Yeah, 5 day, a bar and a skating rink is kind of a huge liability issue.
Great work, guys.
Bottom of D4 can't count.
And yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's fair to say round 1 has resurrected arcades. Like, there's not been like a
They don't
huge
have a skating rink
resurgence
there.
of
Off
arcades.
the E4.
They don't.
And there's
Like,
not
we
a
have
lot of
around
people there.
We have a round 1
Never
here,
mind. Oh, never mind.
and I don't know. It seems personally kind of a little gimmicky to me.
It seems expensive, too.
Arcades is what? Video arcades? Is that what we're talking like? Video
Yeah.
game arcades?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But a lot of the games are like... I
They're
don't know.
all in
They're
Japanese.
They're lame, kind of.
like
Not in like the good old days.
Yeah, I mean that's a more matter of taste. But they really lean into like Japanese thing, which is fine, I guess. But like, it kind of sucks when I like can't read what's going on in a game and just kind of have to wing it.
I remember skating in middle school, and I'm actually a pretty good roller skater, but we didn't really have a good ice rink, so I couldn't get to be, you know, a good ice skater. I can skate on ice, but my ankles are a little wobbly, as is
Yeah,
the
I'm
case.
the same way. I do terrible whenever I try and go ice skating. I can do it, just not well.
Yeah. I think my first girlfriend was a roller skater. And she competed, actually. She was actually pretty good. All right, where's the group? Drax, I just sent you an invite, just in case you were wondering if one might be coming your way.
Yeah, I figured it would. I'm only going to be dropping a few, and I have to go. I've got
Classes?
dinner soon.
Okay.
Oh, we've got Thundercats. Cool.
Yeah. We have all the celebrities in tonight.
Between McFish and Thundercats, we should win these. No pressure, though.
I feel like a Cartman from South Park. Brought NASCAR back. I never watched South Park, so I don't really know what that means, but
It's
NASCAR survives.
cartoon, basically.
I think
It's
skate
gonna
rinks
be up kids,
skate rinks
kind
are
of.
fun. I'm sure there is a liability just from people falling and breaking things and stuff.
Yeah, we had a lot of falls and breaks when people were sober.
Well, when people are drunk, they can fall and they don't get injured.
Yeah, but they also fall a lot more, and they still can get injured.
They just
So,
don't know
you gotta
that they're
balance.
injured.
You also got to balance the more falls is probably going to become more injuries, even if
Yeah. They get
Like
home the
a
next
lower
day they
percentage of
wake
the
up and think,
falls.
how's my arm broken? I don't remember anything about my arm breaking.
yeah, I had to fill out enough paperwork as it was.
Did you have to fill out paperwork when people got hurt?
In certain ports, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you were working at an ice skating ring or a
roller rink.
skating ring?
Roller skating was my
Yeah.
first job. Love that
Alright,
place.
Nice.
You'll be there part time if it was still open.
I always feel like all the slow people are in my way when I'm trying to go fast. Then I have to weave around a lot, and they get tense.
Yeah, they don't like it when you do that.
No, I'm usually pretty considerate.
Don't they? The protocol wasn't it that the slower people would be the outer of the ring, and the faster people would be skating in the inner side? The way around.
In general, I mean, different ranks do it different ways.
The people don't
And-
know the protocol, though, so that you can't really depend on any of that.
And yeah, Skate World also didn't really particularly enforce that.
Yeah, it was more like I don't know, something that would just evolve.
Common courtesy.
Yeah, the slower people were usually hanging onto the rail, right? And then they
Well,
get a
it's-
little better, and then a little faster, and then by the time you get it... And it's a big enough rink that there's a lot of room. It's a really big rink.
You also got to
That was
remember
me.
that this is America, and people will just kind of do whatever they want.
Sensors online.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Online.
Howdy, everybody.
All systems nominal.
Howdy.
This is command. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
5-Day, would you go roller skating if you had the chance?
I went roller skating as a child because my sisters were into it,
Yeah.
and then
Did
I didn't do much of it. And then
Did you
I
go bowling?
did rollerblading more seriously when I was in my 20s, or actually late teens, early 20s.
Ugh.
And then
Yeah.
ice skating, I never really got into it because I wasn't confident on the ice.
What about bowling? Why are we going over
Bowling's boring. I mean, it's fine.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I find it incredibly boring. I'm not great at it. I'm not bad at it. Like, I get some strikes.
Target spotted.
Bowling's fun, like for a couple games every like.
here? Every now and then with friends. I think cosmic bowling's
At the
actually
most.
kind of fun because then you got all the lights and stuff.
Yeah,
Target acquired.
Why aren't my buttons working?
Target spotted.
but I would not go bowling anywhere near the amount that I went skating.
Why are we all going over here to Hotel 4?
Oh, we're gonna kill that guy in G6. I
Target
couldn't put up my
spotted.
UAV. It took me forever.
Racing the disco ball
PC,
lights on
watch
the
out,
wall.
we got flanks.
That's a good one.
I think there's two over there, McFish.
Affirmative.
I'm on your 6.
Be advised, I don't know what the fuck and how, but there's a
Doing?
direwolf over there with large lasers who is doing massive damage.
Assistance. Target spotted.
Is he up there? Yeah. Okay.
Got a Viper hiding over here in Delta 7 off the big spur.
Need assistance. Target spotted. Target spotted.
I'm not gonna stay here.
You've never been bowling or ice skating, Miss BNR?
Miss BNR, seriously?
That I feel like you
Target
missed a
spotted.
crucial part of growing up too.
You need to be raised all over again.
That's unfortunate.
The minute they realize how spread out we are, this game is over.
Well.
Well, that direwolf, that direwolf is
ankles.
bad.
Need assistance.
There's two up there, I think.
Yeah, the direwolf's got Gauss or something. He's hitting people hard. There's two on him now,
Target
up there. I'm stuck here for some reason, going the
Oh,
wrong
what's
way.
that?
Online. Fuel at 25%.
There we go.
Target
If you
spotted.
can get it on the back, hotel, one touch.
Well, we're losing pretty handily. That's encouraging.
We've lost half our force.
We got half from that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to get the
Oh,
direwolf.
we got one kill, like it's fine.
Target
I
spotted.
think I need to get out of here because I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
well, I was
next.
kind of tanking it for the other two.
Target spotted.
Put it down there.
Now's our chance for a big comeback, though.
Hardly. This game's over. But we're all in.
Target spotted.
Well, we're
We're
all
spread
alive,
out
which is
all over
nice.
the place.
Which is really nice.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Oh, they're all right here.
Where's here? F6.
Right here in at E7.
Critical damage.
Wow. They totally ruined my Enforcer's paint job. Miss BNR, you should just go do it. Get a friend and go.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go bowling, it's best to go with like 3 other people so you can have a whole lane to yourself for, teams. If you want to just go skating though, you only need a friend to fall on or make them fall, so it's easy.
Although if you have a friend who skates, that's the same
That's
shoe size
better.
as you.
Yeah.
Borrow their skates, because
Yeah.
rink skates suck.
They are bad. But if you have a friend that is a good skater,
You got it.
then like I can teach people to skate easily because I can skate backwards and kind of hold their hands and balance for all of us. So if you can find somebody who's able to do that and handsome and eligible at the same time, then that's the perfect skate date for you.
And there goes Uncle Dark Marauder.
Yep, just
Blood
trying to help you
Marauder.
out there.
Come in. Control to surface. Can anyone
Well,
read?
what kind
I mean,
of
is
dates
there a
did you
roller
go
rink?
out on, Miss B&R? Like, where did
Yeah,
the,
what kind of dates did you go on instead of roller skating and bowling? I feel like I've missed out maybe a part of my life.
It sounds like you had more interesting dates, because bowling is one of the most boring things you can do on a date.
Oh, I guess I'm boring.
Ice skating isn't, and roller skating isn't, because, you know, there's
Bowling
opportunities to
can be
fall into each
fun.
other's arms.
I would enjoy bowling as a date.
I mean, one game, and then it's like, "Ugh, we're going to do this again? Really?
Well, I mean, I assume you're just like talking the whole time. The bowling is just like getting
Well,
you moving.
Yeah, and then there's lots of time to talk and make fun of the other bowlers or their stupid looking shoes. Like, why would they make shoes like that?
I mean, you'd think they could make them a little more stylish.
They think they are stylish.
Maybe in like the 60s.
So what did you do? Delve back into your more recent past when you were younger.
Hey, he called you old this time, not me.
No, I said recent past on purpose to make it sound like it wasn't very far, back in time. I was trying to be really...
I'm going to be good
and I
and
screwed
try
up
and
the
stay out of this
delivery.
conversation.
Which means, Drax, that you actually have things you want to say that would get you in trouble. So that's just as bad as saying them almost.
I have asked my question. I am interested to know what Miss B&R, what were her dates, like what did she do on dates when she was, a kid. But
like
other
high
than that, I'm
school
not into
age or
making
middle
fun of
school
her.
age or college age? Like, what do you mean? Because she's only freshly out of college.
Riding around the woods and drinking. Well, I mean, I feel like that's almost a universal experience.
Is that horse riding, or is that like on a...
Yeah, was that horseback
I'm
riding?
assuming cars.
I never drank when I was young, so I didn't have any of that experience.
Well, I mean, I say universal as in like that kinda
Common.
happens
Yeah, it's very
everywhere.
common. Yeah.
Like aside from maybe like the big cities, like that's absolutely something that happens here.
Especially in small towns, even smaller towns. Like,
Oh yeah. Oh,
Did
my
you grow
grandpa
up in a
said the only
small
thing
town?
to do. Who? Miss B&R.
Yeah, Miss B&R. I know our coastal towns, they have a really bad alcohol problem for high school kids because there's nothing to do in Florence, right? So they
grandpa said
basically
there was
drive
nothing
around
to
and
do.
get drunk.
Nothing to do in Mapleton except
Mapleton, yeah.
yeah.
And we're not getting a match all of a sudden. Miss B&R has her thumb on the throttle. What did you all say? I missed it. I think that
I didn't
strategic
say
wording.
anything, Miss B&R.
If you didn't hear Drax, you're going to want to
words were said.
rewatch the stream because what he said was shocking.
I didn't say... Don't get me into trouble. I didn't say
Oh,
anything.
sorry.
I
Yeah.
definitely
Good.
did not.
I think
But
what I meant to say
show
is
a
what I
couple more.
think he was thinking about saying was shocking, but he didn't actually say it.
I have
I
nothing
definitely-
shocking to think about.
I definitely did not shovel a couple more shovelfuls of dirt out
Yeah.
of my hole.
It wasn't... For the record, it wasn't me, Miss B&R.
We were just talking about small
It was
towns.
Mitch.
Small towns don't have a lot to do, and so that's a common occurrence to just drink and drive around in the woods.
But that you didn't drink.
I didn't drink, and I didn't drive around in the woods. We did a lot of fun things when I was dating, I think. I only dated till the end of high school, then I stopped dating for like 7 years. But I still did stuff. We'd go to movies with friends, and but as far as a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, I didn't do anything. I'd take people sailing, typically.
Sailing's great.
Yeah, sailing's great.
Awesome.
We did a lot of sailing in the summer.
think I've got dinner.
Popcorn and skating don't mix with alcohol. That's right, Thundercats. It's a dangerous combination, popcorn and skating.
Reactor online.
Alcohol and skating is probably fine, and popcorn and alcohol is probably fine. But if you get all three of those together, that's just a recipe for disaster.
I don't know. Like I've gone to cinemas. You know those gold. I don't know what you have in the States, but we've got these things called Gold Star, where you've got like these luxurious seats, and you've got like a
No,
maid
we
service or
sit on
order
these
service.
stone benches that they set up outside, and it's just freezing in here or outside. And then
Outside cinema's nice though. We've got one of those.
Yeah, but they charge $20 for a ticket, and the light bulb
it's
burns out
ridiculous, isn't
halfway through the film, and it's only a 40-watt light bulb, so you have to squint a lot. It's terrible.
Oh no, we've got a proper one.
Yeah, we don't have that here.
But anyway, I used to have like alcohol and popcorn and ice cream. I loved it. And then get it like a hot dog, all sorts of junk food. The thing is though, you've got an iron stomach in your 20s.
Oh, I know, because the stuff they served you at these places is horrible.
No, the Gold Star cinemas and
Oh yeah, it's a really good hot dog, I'm sure.
They're really
If
good.
you catch me flack at Kappa,
It's only good because you're in your 20s and you're hungry, not because it's actually good, or even food.
No, it's good food. It's not bad food.
Do you know that...
I'm not talking about like the normal, over-the-counter stuff that you buy on your way into. So I'm talking about this has got like a kitchen attached to the cinema, and they actually cook stuff. You can have like pastas. You can have whatever. You want.
What? Really?
Yeah. But you pay for it. Like you pay more for the ticket, and then you pay for the food. And we all know that it's overinflated.
Right.
But it's still, still nice.
Thanks.
Here in America, by law, a turkey hot dog has to have at least 1 teaspoon of turkey slurry in it to be called a turkey hot dog.
Slurry?
Yeah. Turkey
I
slurry is
don't
like
like that
turkey
word.
cartilage and turkey guts and turkey skin and turkey, maybe some turkey meat too.
I don't like that word.
Yeah.
Slurry.
25%.
I mean, I don't like hot dogs of any kind, so that's
I'm not really a huge hot dog fan. Sometimes I like a hot dog. I'm having trouble here with this match. Did he come off?
Target spotted.
He's not halved.
I'm going after him.
Yeah, you're going after him by yourself at this moment. You might be able to take him down.
As y'all so kindly pointed out, my 20s was eons ago. No one said that, Miss BNR.
He backed off, it looks
Not
like.
even me.
Arm critical damage.
Target spotted.
I want to get that Jenna.
Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
Okay, got the Jenna.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
This guy doesn't even look.
You talking about me again?
No. The mechs we're shooting. Oh, I'm gonna...
Warning, incoming missile. Left arm destroyed.
Oh, they took off my lasers.
Critical damage.
Well, you see, the enemy team has discovered this thing called camera.
Medium laser destroyed. Heat
Right,
sink
half done.
destroyed.
Took off his arm, man.
Artillery
Need
strike
assistance spotted.
online.
He'll be up here. Thundercats is a Herbie's taking that.
They're coming in the back, like, I know this, but I'm a learn mode, like.
Target spotted.
I think he's dropped actually.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired. Center torso critical
Well, I'm gonna get back up
damage.
to Juliet. Juliet CT.
I'm going to Juliet, excuse me.
Oh, he got me there. Good shot.
Holding on to our resource point.
I think I need to get back into something I'm better at.
Nice.
Target
We did have a dollar theater up in Spokane when we were up there for a couple of years, and then they opened one down here. I think that was a $2 theater.
Acquired.
But I don't think we have any of those anymore. But I like dollar theaters were great.
It was $1.50 when I could first start remembering.
Yeah.
And it worked its way up to $2.50 by the time it closed down.
Yeah. But, and then popcorn was cheap too.
I mean, still though, it was a nice you still kind of want to go see some good movies, but you don't want to pay a ton. You don't mind waiting a little bit.
Your 20s weren't that long ago, Miss BNR.
How old are you, Miss BNR? Roughly. You don't have to give us.
Don't ever ask that.
Man, I asked that once and she banned me from my channel.
Silly, antiquated thing. Of course, you can ask. Whether they want to answer is completely up to them and their choice. But
It's actually,
I know.
it's a horrible thing to do. That's why I did it right away to get it out of the way. And she told me, but I'm not going to repeat it.
You're ancient.
Hardly. She's a spring chicken. Well, we shouldn't bring up chicken.
Whatever. Yeah, you shouldn't call her. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Drax is a feminist. I mean, I don't think I'm a feminist. No, I doubt it. I mean, I'm not against.
I was thinking you were 31. Did you have a birthday just recently?
Ancient, please, Miss BNR. Like,
I know, isn't that silly?
I mean, actually, this is what I will say. Grow up.
I'm literally pretty much as older than you are old.
I got dinner. I got to bail.
All right, see you later.
That's
Thanks.
Ridiculous.
I know. Miss BNR is ridiculous is what Drax is saying as he leaves. Wow.
You're hardly ancient.
You're a spring chicken.
Eons ago.
Eons would
Is an
be...
eon 100 years? Is that right? Is it eon 100 years?
No, it's 1,000 years.
1,000?
Yeah. So she thinks it's 20,000 years old is how old she thinks she is.
I think your maths is a bit out there, Miss BNR.
She's a little confused. Well, when you get older, things get a little more convoluted.
Might be an indictment on America's high school, though.
It could be, or it could be all the drinking and driving around in the woods.
Oh, I just saw a movie, a critique of a movie where these people go to this cave and they end up being in this like eternal well of eternal whatever, and they get locked in there. So for, like the outside the cave, like the world time is faster than inside the cave. So perhaps that's what happened to Miss BNR. She got locked in one of those caves, so she technically is ancient.
Wow.
Now you're senile.
That could be.
You said it.
Anyway, see you later.
I think anybody who's on the stream has a certain measure of senility that has set in.
Wow, that does not bode well for me then.
It doesn't. No, it does not. I know it does not. Oh, by the way, Mitch, I saw Jane, my Bomer, last night, and gave her a big hug and said hello and stuff. And I mentioned that we were talking about your mom on the stream, and that I had said that I didn't know for sure if she would count me as a dear friend, and I didn't want to assume that. And Jane said, "Of course she did." So I just wanted you to know she did.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as you said that, I assumed Jane probably would have gotten mad at you.
I'm surprised she didn't hit me in the arm, which she normally did all the time. Pretty much whenever I open my mouth and make a dumb joke, she would hit me in the arm.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in like 2 years.
Well, she's got... How old are her kids now? Are they out of high school?
Oh yeah, they're several years older than me.
I don't even know her kids. That's terrible. I think part of it's because, she was in the ministry, we were in the ministry, and you just never see people when you're in the ministry.
Yeah.
You're always with people in the church.
But I can't remember her daughter's name.
She has 2, right? 2 kids?
I think so. Yeah, Stefan and then the daughter. I don't remember her name.
Okay. Wow. And Gwen was the third of the 4, I guess the 3 girls of the 4 Musketeers, and she recently got remarried about 2 years ago, I think, to a really nice guy.
I don't think I have seen her since the divorce.
Since before, or
since before. It's been many, many years.
Oh my gosh, it would be hilarious to. Well, see, one of them passed away. Mitch's mom passed away, Miss BNR, which we talked about the other night, right?
Yeah, that one would be a little hard.
So it's going to be tough. I could put a picture up of her up in the San Juans on our sailboat, I think. But I know Gwen would do it, and she would tell all sorts of terrible stories. And Jane would hit me in the arm, so it would be kind of a brutal night, I'm afraid.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
That would be hilarious.
That would be pretty good.
The dumb thing is, I'm sure they have better memories than I do, too, about things that we did and stuff. Like, my sister remembers everything about our childhood, and I'm like, was I even in your family? I don't remember this stuff. Their kids. Yeah. Get their kids to come on the stream. That's a good idea. They don't know. Their kids don't know me at all. I mean, they literally don't know me. Mitch is the only one that knows me.
And that's even a fluke. Like,
yeah, he didn't want to know me. He didn't set out to know me. It was like this terrible happenstance that he couldn't avoid.
I befriended Jessica, and then somehow, like a year and a half later, we find out, oh yeah, our parents were like super close.
Yeah,
years ago.
I think getting Jane and Gwen on, they're really funny, would be really funny. You guys probably wouldn't care, but I would think it would be really funny.
Oh, I'm sure I would learn a whole lot about my mom, which would be awesome.
I'd probably learn a whole lot about myself that I didn't know about.
And now I'm stuck here forever.
Yeah, sorry about that. You are free to go. I'm not actually holding you hostage.
I know.
The terms of your contract don't include, eternal service. 666. Miss BNR, I want you to find some guy that you just hopelessly are in love with. How do I make that happen for you? I don't know anybody on that side of the country hardly.
Here's the thing. Not only that, also someone who is hopelessly in love with her.
Oh yeah, it should be both ways. You're right.
Because it just sucks when it's the other one.
Yeah, that's horrible. Oh my gosh, I've got a friend that she just got this massive crush on some guy that that lived in another state, and she moved to the other state so she could get to know him. Ooh. And he did not have reciprocative feelings at all. So she just kind of, and it was okay because it was good for her to go there anyway and, change things up. But it was really hard emotionally, I'm sure, to do that.
That's pretty rough still, though.
Miss BNR, I think the thing is I like you, and the people that I like, I want the best for them, and I want them to be happy. And being alone is not the epitome. For some people, being alone's just totally fine, and it's great. But for most of us, being with somebody's even better. Can catch young engineers just finishing their first marriage. Yeah, wait. McFish, aren't you 40? I'm not going to try to hook you up with a cold fish, Miss BNR, because he doesn't even talk all the time. 46, yeah, you'd be a cradle robber, so you got to hands off, or fins off. The second marriage is great. Well, that's great, see? So when you're happily married, it's a really good thing. So I just kind of hope you find that. It's Brink, man, what are you doing up? Didn't
Holy
Pew
moly,
put you to bed?
It's 1:30 a.m. and it's time to sleep. Anyways, I'm still quite hungry and am debating making a late night snack. However, I don't want to wake up the parents in the process.
Quiet, Brink.
So, Brink, do you guys hear his things in chat? Does it read for everybody or just for me?
I have the chat. I have the actual stream volume turned down because.
So it doesn't come over the chat stream though, just over the stream, the stream audio. It doesn't come over the chat window. Okay.
Right.
So you can hear it if you're listening to chat. I mean, to the stream.
Yeah. Yes.
Brinker Man, can't you make some like ramen or something and just boil some water and quietly make that? Oh, it does read out loud for you too. Oh, that's cool. Well, that means
if you're listening to the stream, it does. I just have the stream turned down because the delay when I'm talking, makes me not be able to talk.
It could be that you're hearing it read over the stream because I have my stream muted, so it's probably just coming over. You know what you ought to do? It seems like if everybody gets to hear it, then the nickel should be multiplied by the number of people in the stream, right? Yeah. So I should have gotten 45 cents. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna have to change up Twitch's rules.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Reactor online. Sensors online.
You listen to the stream in the middle of a game, that's dangerous. Because then we'll keep shooting the same targets over and over again, like in a vicious loop.
Fleet command coming in. Capture the target area and engage any hostiles.
I always feel like I want to run down this runway and lift off. I'll turn around. Ooh, Thundercat's bringing the Fafnir. What's McFish in? Oh, another Fafnir. There's some serious faff going on here.
Fuel at 25%.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 0%.
Couldn't quite make it to the third one.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
I wonder if a locust could jump up and land right on the top of that light bank, on top of that tower.
Spotted.
That'd be kind of cool. Then they'd have a nice clear shot at you, but it would still be kind of cool.
Yeah. Kind of putting yourself
Looks like we're in the usual
up
spot.
on a pedestal.
Target spotted.
They'll probably push entry G7. They'll probably push entry G7. Usual.
Target spotted.
I think that's what they meant when they said they had
Delta
high
Crab.
ground.
Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
Fuel at 25%. Fuel at 0%.
So I have a question. If I jump jet in the middle of an arty strike and get up off the ground, doesn't it reduce the damage done to my mech? Because it should.
Delta Crab.
If you use your jump jet when an artillery strike hits?
Yeah, and just get up high. Shouldn't it reduce the damage that's done to me? Because I'm up above
that's
it.
assuming you don't just run into an artillery shell as you're going up.
Anybody got the crab? No.
I would never do that.
Target spotted.
Online.
Guys,
Scared Miss BNR. She's leaving before you could sign her up for a dating website.
I won't sign you up for a dating website.
Okay.
I promise.
K7 is not a good place to be, guys.
At least not under your real name.
Just try and get back to your heavy mechs here.
That would be so. I would not want to go onto a dating site and try to find somebody. That'd be really hard.
Spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Right arm critical damage. Warning,
Seriously?
missile.
Who's shooting me over here? I didn't think anybody even knew I was over here.
Warning,
Target spotted.
incoming missile. Center torso critical
Man.
damage.
Oh, buddy. I'm coming for you.
Right arm destroyed. Heat sink destroyed.
Target spotted.
We have 3 or 4 over here on the left side flank, guys.
Target spotted.
Right torso critical damage. Target destroyed.
Target spotted.
Target acquired.
Executioner is pretty damaged, guys. When I get it.
Target spotted.
Well, I'm down. I didn't do very well. Off to bed. All right. Good night, Miss BNR. It'd be a Mechwarrior dating website, right? So you'd only meet the finest mech warriors.
And I don't.
Sorry, Stout.
That seems like a very narrow pool.
Yeah.
Of,
Yeah. Probably not a very good pool to draw from either.
yeah.
Muchos de locos on the left, no,
Match Warrior online. That'd be hilarious. Okay, Miss BNR, send us a profile pic and a little bio, and I'll set up a Match Warrior online account for you.
Acquired.
Honestly, Mechwarrior Online almost sounds like a fight organizing website.
No, it sounds like a dating site for those that can take care of themselves, right?
I mean, I suppose.
Mega Match Warrior.
New target acquired.
Uh-oh, there's the yawn.
McFish, get out there and
You're
share
tier
that
4
arm
above,
we
we
need
can
you out in the front line. Get it.
Sorry.
He'll do a lot more damage where he's at.
Yeah, those buildings are dangerous.
I'm heading towards Alpha. Been trying to get
New
behind.
Target spotted. We're a quarter of the way there. Keep it up.
Target destroyed.
Target
New
spotted.
target acquired.
Cost me, but he's down.
New target acquired.
We have like 2 really fresh assaults, man. It's really fresh.
New target acquired. Left torso critical damage.
I try to sneak on that Night
Target
Star.
destroyed.
That one
Good kill.
And Vipers are the new frontline mechs.
Target acquired.
Another good kill.
Oh, yeah.
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Nice.
Command is happy to hear
Got the Irish
achievements on the
flute music. Thanks for the drop, guys. Well, I didn't do so well. I need to switch it up. McFish did only 6 kills. Yeah, McFish, seriously, just 6 kills. I just don't even know what to say, because there were 6 other mechs out there that you could have killed. But you chose to just to kill those 6. Like, what stopped you? What held you back? Oh, 4 solos. You're just being too, you're in a bad position. Yeah. So operator error, right? You're saying it was your fault you didn't kill all 12? Man, it's nice that you're man enough of a pilot to own up to that. I'm going to get into, I'm going to say that this mech I'm not good enough in because it's not good enough, even though it's my problem. And I'll get into my something else. Or what is this? I have so many mechs that I never run. I'm going to get back into my Hellbringer, I think. I haven't been in that for quite a while now. My PSR rating is just taking a nosedive. Where are you, Hellbringer? Dragon. There you go. All right, here we go. Shadow cats are mostly just annoying, but they will kill you eventually. Yeah, I've had that happen. Usually not eventually, it's usually sooner than later. So, Mitch, I'm looking at monitors. I told you one of my monitors is dying. Mitch?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? I told you that I was looking at studio monitors, right?
Yeah.
So there's kind of a mixed set of reviews on the Atom A7Xs. Some people find them too bright. It could be because they're too articulate in the highs because of their ribbon tweeter, and people interpret that as being too bright. Some people like them. Some people find them fatiguing to listen to for a long period of time. And I don't want them to be bright harsh, right? Or bright so crispy and clean that they're fatiguing. And it's like $1,500 for a pair of them, right? They're not cheap. And they don't make my monitors anymore. I looked on eBay. I might be able to find a used one of mine, but didn't look good. And then I came across this other company that's been around just since 2018 called Kali Audio. Mm-hmm. And they have a $400 per monitor, 3-way monitor. Do you know what coaxial drivers are?
No.
They
not
put
in detail.
So years ago, Tannoy, which made studio monitors, made a monitor called Little Red Monitor. It was probably about 16 by 16 by 20 maybe, and it had a 10-inch or 12-inch maybe. I'm guessing I'll bet it had a 10-inch, might have been a 9-inch driver, and then in the center, coming off a post, was the tweeter. So, and it was set back a little bit into the cone, so it was time aligned physically. And I don't know if you are familiar with time aligning or not, but for those of us who aren't, time aligning happens to be a thing that audio manufacturers, speaker manufacturers use either through electronics with a delay circuit for the different drivers, or just by physically staggering the distance back into the cabinet, different drivers. So, for example, high frequency drivers are producing very short waveforms. They have a very quick response time, and those short waveforms can get built and sent out of a moving cone very quickly. Whereas mid-tone frequencies take a little bit longer to develop and to get made, and low frequencies take even longer. So what they'll do is they'll take the woofer and they'll put it forward towards the listener of maybe an inch, maybe less, of the mid or the tweeter.
Yeah,
that way,
the concept.
Yeah, that way when the tweeter is doing its thing, by the time those frequencies catch up to the driver producing the low frequencies, both those sound waves are in phase. You get a tighter, cleaner sound, better stereo imaging, and better spatial relationships out of the drivers. So Kali does that also in their what? Target spotted. Yeah. I'm not used to this thing. Now I'm in a different mech, and I was like,
Move here.
Hellbringer to see extremely cherry. Cyclops fresh.
Kali does that with the tweeter and a mid-range, and then the woofer's down below. So the mid-range is a 4-inch mid-range with a 1-inch dome tweeter inside of that time line set back. Then they use some DSB processing stuff. But what it does is it gives you really wide stereo field with very accurate point source speakers, because all the highs that give you left and right distinguishability are right in line with each other and right time aligned with each other. And then the low frequencies, which are less directional to being non-directional, if they get low enough, don't matter. Anyway, these things are like $400 a pop.
Which models are you looking at?
It's the...
Right torso.
they're coming up the ramp, guys.
Center torso. Critical damage.
And I'm shut down.
Torso,
Hang on.
damage.
Project Independent.
He's gonna kill me. No, they're the IN or
Left arm. Critical damage.
I think that's the
IN8s.
Independence.
Independent 8s, yeah.
Series.
They call them IN8s.
IN8, second wave.
Yeah.
To chip away at us. Stay frosty.
Now, the next closest studio monitor you can get, it's a 3-way monitor, is about $2,400 or $3,200 each.
How many?
Each.
Yeah, how many each? How much each?
Like $2,400 each.
Oh man.
Yeah. So these are like a crazy good deal if they sound decent, right? And they evidently do sound decent.
Left arm.
They sound actually really good. And you can also go further and get get some software to time align, not to time align them, but to EQ balance them. Oh, I'm just not playing well when I'm talking. And then they sound even better. So you can get basically what is nearly equivalent to $4,000 or $5,000 worth of monitors for about $800 with them. So that's kind of cool. But I don't know if they're as good as what some of the reviewers are saying. I don't know if you ever checked out Produce Like a Pro YouTube channel. But he does lots of gear reviews and mic reviews and monitor reviews and stuff like that. And he's become a pretty big fan of them.
I mean,
go ahead.
If you've like watched his stuff and generally find yourself like falling into the same camp on things.
I don't know that I do always, because like he does more rock oriented and some pop. He does a pretty wide range of stuff, but it's more, I think, more rock oriented. But at the same time, he does use different mics. Like what they'll do basically is they'll review a piece of gear and then they'll give it away as a prize, right? So they get mics in, they get speakers in, they get gear effects in and stuff like that all the time. And he's certainly knowledgeable. And knows he's got good ears, so in a lot of ways I do trust a lot of what he's saying. But you never know till you hear it.
Yeah, I mean, can you find some like things he's done videos on that like you have or have experienced?
Oh, that he's mixed on them, you mean?
Just like, do you have a mic that he's reviewed or some stuff like that, just for some points of reference?
I've used one of the mics that he's reviewed, and I found it to be pretty much exactly as he described it. It was a Lewitt 440 Pure, and he described it as being open and clean and not overly like brittle when it gets loud and high in the higher frequencies. Not brittle, but still smooth and articulate and open sounding and very uncolored, like not adding its own color. And I think that accurately described that mic. It's a very nice mic, and I would have kept it, except I wasn't in love with it because I felt like it, in a lot of ways, was similar to my Studio Projects mics. And so I instead got this custom-made Roswell mic that I'm talking through right now, and it has a little more character to it, which I don't have so much on the Studio Projects. They're a little bit hyped, like a little bright on the top end, and can get a little harsh if you're not careful. This thing is not that at all. It's a little darker sound, but it's got just an ever so slight boost in the upper mids that give it a little bit of clarity help, but not too much. And it's a really nice sounding mic. And it costs $70 more than the other one, but it's more pleasing in a way.
Yeah. I'm just trying to like say that like if you can find some points of reference and you generally have like tend to form a pretty similar opinion of things as he does, like then I'd say like take the kind of leap of faith there. And it's hard
to want to buy a pair of monitors that's half the price of the nearest non-competitor and a third or less, fourth the price of the nearest competitor. That's a big leap.
I feel that.
But a lot of people like them, but a lot of people like a lot of speakers that I don't like. So there's that too, right? Speakers are really more so even than microphones. Well, I don't know. You get to a certain level on microphones and they may be different, but they're still good, right?
Right.
And with speakers, you have to go few and far between before you find any that are really good. There's a lot like KRKs are, I think, horrible, but if you're mixing rap and hip hop, you think, oh, this is the cat's meow. But if you want actually a good balanced speaker that's accurate and transparent and not adding color and not overhyping certain frequencies, KRK are not it. And like they're terrible in the upper mids, and that's critical. And there's a lot of speakers that people gravitate towards that is more dictated by the style of music they like than the usefulness of that monitor in a broad range of music. Because you could certainly mix on hip hop on a better pair of monitors. If you had ever heard them, you would want to, but mostly they don't. They their friends using these and their friend's friend, and they heard some guy that did a platinum album of hip hop with KRKs, and so they must be good. And go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like a lot of kind of communities have this problem, but I think audio in general, just because in addition to kind of not a small community, but a relatively small community compared to a lot of other things.
Yeah.
You also have this huge amount of subjectivity to it.
And a huge amount of celebrity involved, too.
That too, yeah. But like there's so much of it that's just like
taste-oriented.
Something can be like they obviously there's obvious objective measurements to the things, but a lot of times those don't necessarily mean anything.
Well, I
mean they mean something, but
yeah, I totally know what you're saying, and
there's a huge consideration to what they like.
And I agree with that, except if somebody asks me to come with them to buy a pair of cheap studio monitors, right? I say, great, love to. And we go down and listen to 10 different pair. And I teach them what to listen for as they go between them with something they know really well. And within a half hour of listening to all those, they always pick the one that I know is the best. Not because I've told them which one's the best. I've told them what to listen for when they're listening as far as articulation of the upper mids and openness in the highs and an unmasked kind of sense. And as you turn this one off and you turn another one on, do you feel like you lost something? And then you turn on another one, do you feel like you lost something again? And you go back to the first one, do you feel like all those things came back? Or only part of them? And A being with some sort of intent of what when you listen to a speaker long enough, you'll find when you switch away from it, you'll go, oh, this isn't as good. You won't even necessarily be able to articulate why, but after you go back and forth, you'll start to suddenly realize this one's better. It's just better. And then you'll find another one, you'll A-B those until you find which one of those two is better. And then you find a fourth one and you A-B those. And you can work through a whole wall of speakers pretty quickly and find out that there's definitely one that's better. And that's always been my experience when helping people pick out guitars or any kind of acoustic instrument. It's true with trombones. It's true with pianos, it's true with speakers, it's true with microphones. But people don't know what to listen for because they don't have a trained ear typically. Okay, I'm going to try to actually not get killed immediately.
Target acquired.
Do 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 do.
Need assistance. Target spotted.
Oh, a lot of heat up there.
Artillery strike online.
Who's this? This is McFish. I'm on your 6, McFish.
Affirmative.
Be careful. You never know when I might accidentally alpha you in the back.
Target spotted.
I'll bet he didn't like that.
New target acquired. Target destroyed.
Did you just kill him? Of course you did. Kill everything you touch.
Target acquired.
Well, not me.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Heat level critical.
Target spotted.
See, you guys just got the one I was going after. Man, they always kill, kill, kill.
Target spotted.
Kill, kill, kill. Dum ba dum bum bum. Let's go back over here.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike online. Right torso critical damage. Right torso destroyed. Right arm destroyed. Left arm destroyed.
Target spotted.
How come you can't kill an urban mech? What is the deal with that? Like 4 alphas and he just does not care. It's amazing.
Artillery.
He just stands there shooting me with his machine guns like there's not a care in the world.
Target spotted.
Maybe it's because I'm not a very good shot. I kept hitting different parts of him.
Target spotted.
I'm playing way too aggressively. I need to calm my jets a little bit and do
Need
better.
assistance. Target spotted.
So anyway, I'm going to try to get some more information on those because I can afford those probably, and I can't really afford the... I could get the other ones, but if they're going to be harsh, I don't want that. I love bright, open, clear, pristine highs, but not if they get harsh. That wouldn't be good.
Enemy forces at 75%.
New target acquired.
Target spotted.
Blue should be south already.
Don't let the hostiles take down any more of you.
What is it? Sonar Works that does the calibration
New
software?
target.
It's also such, like, the thing about buying from a smaller company like that is, like, the concern that they're gonna be gone
Oh,
later on.
right,
If
right.
you like, especially if you like them, it's like, oh yeah, these were great, and then the company went under 3 years ago.
Yeah,
And
but
can't
you
buy
know,
more.
like I've had my Mackies for 20 years, and they don't make
yeah.
them or make the parts for them anymore, right? So there's no way for me to probably get them fixed unless I go in and try to find whatever's dying and trace that component down. And if it's just a wiring problem, like a thermal wiring problem, I could fix that. If it's a bad capacitor or resistor somewhere, I don't really have the training to do that correctly. And I could take it somewhere and pay somebody $100 to fix it probably, but they're 20 years old, so maybe I should just I can't imagine that these, because the new Mackie HR H820 or 824 Mark IIs are $800 a speaker, and people love them. They're great, but they're not really what people are saying are the best anymore. Whereas for a while they were the best project studio, which is a small studio monitor, not You know, they wouldn't be like comparable to a $20,000 or $30,000 barefoot audio monitor, but
right.
They weren't intended to be. They were intended to be good sounding monitors for regular small studios.
Lisa Nice says she's got a guy for speakers that is pretty good about just telling her, yeah, it's like, oh, I can fix this, but you know, it's just really not worth it or anything.
Oh, right. I've gone to Jim's Electronics before, and there's another place, I can't remember what it's called. They're reasonable, but I wouldn't mind having some, like, 3-ways are going to be better. So it's hard to imagine these things, if they're getting good reviews now, even at half the price, they're probably way better than what I already have, right? Even if they're...
Yeah, 20 years of progress.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely one of those things, like, whenever things kind of start to feel, it's like, all right, well, now is probably a good time to upgrade, instead of just trying to replace what I got.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna have to do.
That's what we did with our computer at the high school group.
Is that the one you haven't seen yet?
We got it.
Oh, speak of the devil, so to speak. 666. And what are you using it for? Streaming or recording or?
Not even. No, it's just like presentation type stuff.
Oh, okay.
But we like to run a triple monitor setup. And the old computer, like, it was a 10-year-old computer with a 12-year-old graphics card.
So for those of you people watching, Mitch runs sound at a local church here in town that has a large youth group. And I don't know how large it is now, but it's large. What is you
Not
have?
very.
What, 70 people, 70 kids?
Not even at this point. Before COVID, yes. Since COVID.
It used to be over 300 kids years ago.
Yeah, it was huge. It was still pretty big when I was like a freshman.
Yeah, so they had a youth group that was larger than 90% of the churches in America, right? So having 3 screens is not all that crazy when you've got that many people in a room.
Well, yeah, and it's not even like the total quantity of screens. Like, if you actually count up the amount of screens,
it's not that big a space. Yeah,
more like it's actually 5.
Oh, ooh,
but
5.
Most of that is handled through like splitters. So 3 of those screens, 3 of the 5
are identical.
Yeah, they're the same thing.
Yeah.
And then, so we have, a control screen, and then 2 screens up front with all the lyrics and stuff, and then I have another instance of that screen on my desk. And then we also like to run a confidence monitor.
Do you know that I did a 2.5 hour long, almost 3 hour long tutorial on live streaming for churches on my YouTube channel? Yeah. And Mittens stumbled across it the other day, and he watched like 45 minutes or an hour, half of it. It's like, Mittens, why are you wasting your time with that? Says, I learned a lot.
Well, I mean, we stream for the Sunday service.
Yeah.
Sunday morning.
Yeah.
But it's not really worth it to try and stream the high school group.
No, it's not.
In addition to the like, not liability, but like, whole streaming children thing.
Oh,
like,
right. Minors.
Probably illegal.
You have to get parental permission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we do record the message.
It's so funny because we never had to worry about that when I was doing youth ministry and stuff. It wasn't until probably the last 10 years that became a thing, and it became a thing in schools first, and then now churches are starting to pay attention to
Record?
Even photos, posting photos online and recordings online, stuff like that. And it's not really because there was a problem with doing that per se. It was because you had a lot of kids in your groups or in school classes that had parents with restraining orders against them, or where you didn't want the dad to know where the kid was because he was abusive, and you didn't want him to be able to find your kids online. So it's just gotten you just have to be really careful to protect their identity. It's really sad.
Yeah, I don't like, cause we post pictures of like camps and stuff that we do, so I don't know.
I'll visit you in jail. I want you to know that.
I'm not involved with any of it. I don't make the posts. I don't take the pictures. I don't have access to the social media accounts. So I think I'm in the clear, but
okay.
I'm not quite sure how how they deal with that kind of liability.
I'm looking back at McFish's comment about that Kit Fox wanting to sell you early. Did you kill him, or he was just pestering you? Oh, you killed him. Yeah. I see the next comment.
But yeah, our old computer just due to age was no longer able to run that third monitor. And we were on a mix of integrated graphics and graphics card outputs.
Oh.
If you started the screens and everything up in the wrong order,
it was a mess.
It would cause a little graphical weirdness. And if
you're
not really tech savvy, it'd be kind of hard to fix. So
you don't want to be using integrated graphics while doing anything, it seems like.
Well, yeah, in theory, the integrated graphics was for the control monitor.
I know, it's just kind of crazy.
You don't need it, but yeah, it caused some issues, and so now we're all on graphics card outs, so everything is a lot more streamlined. Don't have to worry about anything like that.
Oh, internal speakers with Doom. I don't think churches generally needed 3090, but they certainly could make use of 1080s I've got, like a 1080 Ti.
We got a 1660.
Thundercats bailed on us. Are you taking off, Thundercats? Oh, I lost connection. Okay. Are you coming back in? I can give you another invite. Looks like you bumped out completely. Nope, here you are.
Yeah, well, see, Thundercats, I'm, for me, playing on, my laptop speakers and whatever is fine, but for, doing, message slides and lyrics for, 70 people.
And might be showing video also.
Yeah, occasionally. You need a little bit more.
Because you guys,
horsepower.
During worship, don't you guys show highlights of my stream?
No.
Oh, okay.
We have not done that yet.
Well, you'll get a boost of attendance if you do, I'm sure. to a different youth group, it'll boost attendance to a different youth group.
Showing us how not to run a youth group as well.
Yeah. We always, when I was youth pastoring, we'd always say, if you feed them, they will come. So, you always have donuts or some kind of tasty treat. Or sometimes we'd meet early and have dinner together too. That was always fun.
Yep. We did that. We did that a few weeks ago for Thanksgiving, or before Thanksgiving.
Oh, what was the big announcement?
The announcement?
Jessica said there was you don't know yet because it's tomorrow. Jessica said there's a meeting tomorrow night for the youth leaders.
Oh.
And there's some announcement.
From what I can tell, it's not an announcement. He just wanted to have dinner with all of the leaders.
Oh, it sounded like he was going to make some important announcement. Are he and his wife going to have a baby or something? Maybe it could be something like that. I'm making all this up, right? So don't take any of this as anything other than me conjecturing about someone I don't even know.
He didn't he sent me a text a little while ago. Yeah, it just said the text he sent me just said I'd like to have a Christmas dinner together at the church at 6.
Okay, it sounded like he was going to do an announcement of some sort though too. Some kind of thing.
From
what Jessica said.
It seems like he's kind of all announced out. And that said, I also got a different text than Jessica.
Howdy everybody. How was yours different? Was it better or more fun or more color
I
added?
think it was probably a little more bare bones, actually.
Ah.
So, like, most of the people with the high school group have iPhones.
Yeah.
Including the pastor, but
Yeah.
a few of us have
Androids.
Androids.
Is that like? Do you feel like a second-class citizen?
Not usually, but
Okay.
he said like the past. I talked to him on Sunday, and he said like a couple times ago when he went to Europe, they decided to change carriers because their international is better.
Yeah.
And like he had to change some settings that have like disappeared in subsequent updates. And so things are kind of a little screwed up, and I usually don't get his messages when he tries to message like everyone at once.
Oh, interesting. On a group
Like
text or something.
there have been a couple times where I've been hanging out with Jessica, and she like asks me about something for the high school group, and I'm like, "Wait, what?"
Oh wow.
And she shows me the text message, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I did not get that." So he's started texting me and the two other people with Androids separately.
Target spotted.
And
Negative.
those two people include the middle school pastor and kind of like his mentor, as well as me, like the sound guy, who like I kind of have a very relaxed relationship with him.
Yeah.
So I think we kind of get more of a like, hey, heads up,
Target spotted.
we're doing this, like we're doing something this day.
Right.
As opposed to like the more formal, hey everybody, like I really was like, this is laying on my heart, like I want to do this thing, this time, which is fine by me. He's having a baby and everyone is fired. Well,
it's both those,
actually,
yeah, both the above.
I mean, the high school is almost all volunteer.
Yeah,
and
even him,
actually
he's almost volunteer, isn't he? Part-time.
Yeah, he's part-time. And even though I actually do work for the church, I'm not in the high school group. He doesn't have any authority over me.
Tourists, look at your Mechs, please.
Like actual job-wise.
A big group of them back in Fox area.
Yeah, we should turn back and kill them.
I can't charge through first. I'm torn up pretty bad.
Yeah, we have tarnish like 7 assaults.
Target spotted.
Don't charge, just wait for him to come around the corner.
Can't stop myself.
Target spotted.
Artillery strike.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Come on up, fish.
Target spotted. Target spotted.
Left torso critical
Target
damage.
spotted.
Heat sink destroyed. Right torso critical damage. Heat level critical.
Ah,
Target spotted.
Right torso
I am not
destroyed.
representing very well here tonight.
Large pulse laser destroyed.
Initiated has
Center torso critical damage. Heat sink destroyed. Left leg critical
I'm just a
damage.
stick now.
Artillery
No,
strike
no,
online.
no, don't need no shooting in the back or the side.
Target spotted.
E5 F5 help.
I have one laser. I like he's having a baby and everyone's fired. That's great.
We held the zone for 25%. Target spotted.
That sounded like a flash recharge.
Turn around, he's behind us. You don't need to go all the way around.
Oh, the real Kai Allard's on our team.
Target destroyed.
Wait, what's enhanced imaging? What the?
Assassin stealth. Center.
He's Fox 6.
Airstrike on
Self-assessment.
target acquired.
Oh man, no ammo.
Target destroyed.
Reloading.
Great work, guys.
Warriors, you have taken the target. We are victorious.
Boom, boom, boom. Well, I'm certainly not getting good matches tonight for myself. That first match was my best match of the evening. I'm taking a lot of damage, though, so I'm winning in that category.
Well, I don't think that's a category you want to win in.
I'll take what I can get, and all I can get is the winning the losing category. I haven't been in this mech for a while. I've been in the others, so I'm just kind of like, I got to hold back a little bit. It's fast and pretty nimble, and so I think, and I'm just not aiming well and taking too many chances. I haven't had time to try to make a cookie cutter pattern.
That reminds me. Speaking of cookies,
Yeah.
I need to try and get Jessica and Nathan over to help me with cookies sometime next week.
What kind are you gonna make? Like sugar cookies?
Yes, I don't know when my mom started making them, or if you're familiar with them, but she called them Jewish cookies.
Nope.
They're a type of sugar cookie.
No.
She made a ton of them every year.
You'd have to save one for me. Are they? You know what I really want to get hold of is a couple of Tana Overman's apple, carameled apples. She really rocks those things.
McFish Prime unleavened cookies. I mean, I think so. They definitely are. They don't rise. They're very crispy. They're relatively crispy.
But sugar cookies don't really rise much either.
Yeah, but like they're not the same as like a sugar cookie. You
Okay. Do they have a frosting on them?
Yeah.
But it's a whole different kind of dough.
Milk and powdered sugar.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's the part I really need help with.
You know what you ought to, well, you know how you're making those, but I really like, better than powdered sugar frosting, I tend to like Jennifer's cream cheese frosting.
That might be good.
It's really good.
But this is kind of a tradition thing. About communion.
About communion wafers in there somewhere? Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Could be.
I wasn't in the Catholic Church ever, so we took communion in the churches I was in, but it wasn't every Sunday type thing. And we had what was dumb for us is like in the Catholic Church they use real wine at least. In Protestant churches, it's really common just to use Welch's Concord grape juice in a little cup, and then literally a little piece of broken, cracker of some sort.
Yeah, I've seen broken cracker, an actual like torn up thing of bread, and just also like these awful wafers.
The awful wafers are the thing I object to.
I hate those.
What I did,
what they're currently using.
What I did, McFish, is we used grape juice, but then we would use goldfish crackers for the crackers for a youth group when we would sometimes do communion with the youth group. I know, I'm pretty sacrilegious.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, like it's probably because they're unleavened cookies, but I don't actually know specifically where.
Oh yeah,
the term Jewish cookie came from.
The sharp cheddar Cheez-It thing would be good too. It's bigger and has ridges. Yeah, you're right. I'm sold. Super delicious. It must be angelical.
Yeah, so Jessica helped me make these cookies a couple years ago.
She did, so she needs to do it again. She needs to step up.
And it took us a few hours to get them all done.
I don't think I got one, so I don't even know what they taste like.
Probably not.
You need to send one home with her for me.
Oh yeah, I'll send a few with her. If I can get her to help me.
Just tell her, she works, you can guilt her into it.
We did a double like batch last time, and that was not enough. So I'm gonna do a quadruple this time. So
McFish,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
Nathan in and my grandpa.
Oh yeah, McFish, you would probably get a kick out of this. My wife's eldest brother married a pastor in Wisconsin. She's been the senior pastor there for, I think, 25 years, and she's just retiring like right about now, and she's going to just do some marriage counseling and stuff like that, and just her schedule, it's just like the typical one pastor in a church of 70 or 80 people, and you do everything all the time. And she's just exhausted, and she loves it, but it's just killing her. And so she thinks it's time for her to go. And but it's bittersweet and hard and all that kind of stuff. But the funny part about all this is they had 2 dogs, and when they were doing all the Zoom church services from their home because they had a lot of older people, they just didn't want to take any chances, so they just did it remotely. And they had people who had been vaccinated or had been not around anybody go in and make sure that everybody knew how to get online and stuff. Then they would do communion, and whenever they did communion, for some reason, one of the dogs, I think it was Scout, as soon as they would, I think they always did the same song or something before they'd do communion, and Scout would run downstairs into their basement, which is where they were set up to do that, and come sit in front of Steve, Jennifer's older brother, and while Karna, his wife, was doing the communion, stuff, Steve would give a cracker to Scout to eat. And this went on for a year. And Karna didn't even know about it for a long time, but basically the dog was insisting on getting a cracker for communion every time it would come around. It was really funny. So he's got a video of it that he sent to Jennifer. It's pretty dumb.
That's pretty adorable.
It's adorable. Yeah, it's dumb and adorable.
Yeah, I might be able to entice her up with my dog.
Oh.
Because my apartment is not large enough to make 4 batches of these cookies.
You could put them on the couch and let the dog at them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the dog is not at my apartment.
You have a table though, right? You can put them on a table.
I have a table, and I have a coffee table, and we filled most of that up with 2 batches, two batches, as opposed to 4.
Could you, have you guys all been vaccinated? Could you come over here and do it?
I'm going to commandeer my grandpa's house.
Oh, okay.
Which is where the dog is.
I see. It's all planned out.
Yes.
I feel like those cheese crackers would go really well with like a citron press.
What's a citron press?
It's like Absolute Citron and Sprite and something else.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to be using that for communion.
You could, I guess. Depends on your crowd. It's all
basically wine.
It's about the metaphor, not the exact substance, right? We don't know what exact wine Jesus used. We don't know if it was good wine or cheap wine. Probably cheap.
If you're Catholic, it's all transubstantiated anyway.
Right. Oh my gosh.
That would be.
You'd get a lot of people signing up for communion that normally wouldn't, bother, right?
That would be an interesting church to do communion that particular way. There's probably a church in LA that does that.
There probably is.
Target spotted.
Wow, what was that? That's a great sound. Are those like long-range PPCs?
Target spotted. Target spotted.
If you guys don't push on Epsilon, we're dead.
Target spotted.
Damage. Left arm destroyed.
Wow, I already lost an arm. Push where?
Don't lose your head.
Target spotted.
I'm gonna move over here.
Target spotted.
I don't normally lose an arm this quickly in the match.
Target
I
spotted.
don't usually make jokes with that
Marauder
low
for
hanging
the
fruit.
right, to FC, Marauder, ETM.
Strike online.
Target spotted.
Taken Sigma.
Target
Target
acquired.
spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
They are a quarter of the way there. Do not let them push ahead. A good start. Keep holding the resource points, warriors.
Target spotted.
Yeah.
This will probably be my last match.
I'm gonna send a message to Jessica and Nathan right now before I forget.
That's a good idea. Oh, I can't hit anything. Really off tonight.
Target spotted.
Left torso critical damage.
They're pushing hard on the left. So I just used that whole alpha on that building. It's like I tried to get my mouse set correctly. It's just not working.
Target spotted. Target spotted. Target spotted.
Artillery strike online.
We have data.
Target destroyed. Artillery strike online.
We're halfway there.
Target spot. Target
Darn it,
spotted.
keyboard got in the way on that one. I'm just really doing badly tonight.
Target spotted.
Oh man.
Artillery
Target
strike
spotted.
online.
Nope. Everything I try to get, I lose.
Well, that just means you're giving people plenty of examples.
I think it might be the snow. My snow thing is throwing everything off for me. Because I'm just missing everything.
Target spotted.
No, Hellbringer. You cannot eat the McFish.
Target spotted.
Even if there is extra tartar sauce.
Come on, let me go up there. Let me go up there.
Target spotted.
We've collected 75% of the resources.
Target spotted.
Keep holding on.
McFish, why are you encouraging him?
Target spotted.
Target acquired. Artillery strike online.
We down one more? Where is he? You guys know where he is?
It looks like Epsilon. Or near there.
Target spotted.
Resource point Epsilon is ours. Excellent work.
Great work, guys. Thanks for the drop.
Victory is ours.
Fish, I'm delicious even without wine. Except fish is better with white wine, usually. I'm not even just cooking in it, right? 270. I thought I got a kill. I didn't get that kill. 9 kill assists. So I'm shooting and not killing anything, but shooting everything. At least my skill rating didn't go down on my last match. Okay, I'm going to call it quits for tonight. Thanks for hanging out, Mitch. And McFish, thanks for the drops, of course. Hellbringer, thanks for hanging out. And Thundercats, thanks for dropping with me. And Drax, too. And then everybody who's in chat, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. As we get closer and closer to Christmas, I will probably not give you anything at all, but I'll try to keep streaming. Until next time, this has been Ghostlands. It's the one place you can go to be disappointed. Yeah, I can promise that almost. Thanks. Bye, everybody. Good night, Fish.